In this digital media clip, we're going to look at some of the skills required to deal with emotionally charged people. Dealing with the emotionally charged person always takes a little more skill because our behaviour has to be more flexible to get the best out of the situation. Now, whether we're coming across these people on a day-to-day basis or we're there as part of a legal duty to access a premises to do water or electric disconnection or meter changes, they may not want that type of meter or disconnection. So their adrenaline levels will be running high, their emotions will be running high, and they will not necessarily be in the best state to deal with us as a meter fitter or technician. Remember, our job is to change the meter or isolate the electric or gas in this situation. It isn't to pass judgment on their state of mind, their financial or personal circumstances. We just have to build as much rapport as possible so we can get the job done. In some circumstances, we may be tending their property with a warrant officer, somebody who's there to look out for us and make sure the situation's safe before we even go in and carry out any work. Our job is to do the work. His job is to keep us safe. And if at any point we don't feel that the situation is safe for us, we should leave the property immediately. So on entering the property, know your ABCs. Always know the locations of the exits. Always be aware of any obstacles that are going to get in your way on the way out. And always choose the quickest route to get out of the premises if you need to make your escape. Once you're in the process of getting to do the work, always be aware of your surroundings and make sure any tools that you use are never left in a position where they could become a weapon that's used against you. So let's look at what causes the conflict. Well, conflict is the opposite of rapport, I guess. And what we're looking at is where have we lost rapport? Where have we damaged the relationship? And many things can damage a relationship between a supplier and a customer. Miscommunication, a lack of understanding, even feeling uneasy that you're there to do work. They may feel threatened and definitely frustrated. There may be even language barriers. There can be a loss of pride, alcohol or drug abuse. There may even be mental health issues. And all of these things start to up the emotional ante and put them in a situation where they may respond outside of their normal behaviours. Previous communications and historical issues can also up the ante for us too. So how do we prevent an emotionally charged situation becoming a violent situation? We have to use our interpersonal skills to try and make the most out of the current situation by building rapport, remembering our tone of voice, our words and our body language, facial expression and spatial awareness all can help diffuse the situation. How do we tell when somebody's about to tip over the edge? Well, there are simple signs that we unconsciously give away when we're just about to lose the plot or get cross or maybe even violent. Significant changes in body language, people suddenly starting to fold their arms or get very twitchy. We're looking out for their face flushing and going red. They will clench their fists, they'll start to tap their fingers and sway. They may be holding or rubbing their forehead and their breathing definitely gets faster. During these early warning signs, if we've missed the opportunity to defuse the situation, it can then start to become uncontrolled. The hardest thing to do is to stay calm, stay present, and be aware of your surroundings. Try and take a deep breath and count inside your head to 10. Step back, giving yourself some distance, but also allowing you to read their body language in a slightly more contextual way. Try and remain in a neutral body position and try not to maintain too much eye contact. Never turn your back on them and make sure your body gestures and sudden movements are kept to a minimum. Control your voice. Remember, when you get stressed, your voice will go half an octave higher. You start to sound angry even when you're not. And try and communicate in a way which comes across in a understanding and clear way, and it isn't patronizing or condescending. Listen to what the customer has to say Let them vent their frustration. Recognize that they're angry. Don't jump in on their conversations. Don't try and finish what they're saying. Make sure they've had their time to speak. Agree and acknowledge. By showing them empathy and matching their current experience, that will help diffuse the situation. If you can remain calm and professional, it helps calm the situation down. If you do find yourself in an escalating situation, back up, raising your hands to about waist height, palms out to say, I am backing away, I don't want this situation to escalate. Your body is designed to respond in 3 different ways to conflict: fight, flight, or freeze. By pre-planning your escape routes, you've already programmed yourself for the flight response, which means you should be able to get out there quicker than they react. But if all things go wrong, extract yourself from the situation with the minimum of physical contact. It's your judgment whether you carry on with the work after the dust has settled. It isn't the warrant officer's judgment or even the customer's prerogative to ask you to finish the work. If you don't feel safe, it is entirely up to you whether you carry on with the work or not.